Stebbins and Steve Colella are ready to bring us up to date on the upcoming World Youth Day pilgrimage. So guys, welcome so much. Glad you could make it here.
Thanks for having us.
Always a pleasure. And Steve, you're a pro. I mean, you've been on a few times.
I just watch Father read and try and take notes. That's right.
Well, he's a good guy to take notes
That's
from.
right.
And he's probably watching this right now from St. Louis. I'm sure he is. That's it. Well, Kathy, I'm going to start with you. You had a great event on Saturday at the World Youth Day rally. Tell us about that day, some of the things that happened.
We invited all of the pilgrims that are going to World Youth Day, their leaders, families, parishioners that have supported them in this preparation process. We went to the Marion Center and we had a series of games with a message, and then we had some last minute travel info and just kind of reiterating some of the prep material we had presented since November. Actually, we've been meeting with the leaders. So it was a great event. Kids had a great time, and they learned something about pilgrimage, a little bit of what to expect once they're in Rio. So it was that's the passing of water. And Father Matt has such a great sense of humor. We had decided we'd have them pass water down a line on a relay race to emphasize the need for hydration during World Youth Day. You know, that's a big thing that we really push. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. So he told them that, and he said, wouldn't it be great if they were blindfolded? So that kind of put a little different spin on it, but they had a great time. So that was one. This is another. This is a packing. At the end of this event, we gave them a packing list, so they had to go down, quickly put on clothes, take them off, and they got a packing list at the end of that event. So it was great.
Now, why is it important, Steve, for pilgrims to meet up at events like this to prepare them and get ready for World Youth Day coming up?
Excellent question. We're going to we try to double up everything with some natural and practical things, as well as some supernatural, if you will, or theological. So in this case, it's for them to meet and get to know one another, but then also we get to see how they're doing in a crowd. And that way we can see how they're going to act under pressure with 2 million people. And they also learn some of the principles behind World Youth Day of the giving and receiving when they meet different people from around the world.
Tell me, about the young people, Kathy, a little bit. How excited are they to go on this, and what do they expect when they get down there?
Well, they really are excited to meet the Pope. Now, they personally probably won't each one of them be able to meet Pope Francis, but he will be. There's a big event around his arrival, so they'll see him, and then he has the closing liturgy, which really draws the most people during World Youth Day. So they're excited to go to another country. They're excited to be with kids from all over the world, happy about their Catholic faith.
You know, one thing I noticed too is that I've been to a World Youth Day. We're talking about that beforehand. And there is, though, that connection. Even though the Pope might be far away, there is a great connection between the Holy Father and the pilgrims. And it's a special moment too, when you can feel that connection. I've always been so touched when I see they'll be cheering and cheering, and the Holy Father cheers, but when he talks, they quiet right down. They get it, don't they?
Oh, they do. They absolutely do. And Pope Benedict and now Pope Francis loves being with the young people. It's energizing for them. They love being with them. And the young people know that connection. They feel that connection, kind of a grandfatherly thing. It's a natural, they love each other, truly love each other.
Now, what is the difference between a vacation and a pilgrimage? I've taken many vacations, and obviously I go to church where I am, so I see the churches around the area, but what's the difference between that and a real pilgrimage?
Well, we often have the young people figure that out through some of those activities, as well as to try and teach them and get them to realize, look, on vacation, you kind of get to do things your way, especially us in America, right? We like the all-inclusive, bed service, all these things. But when you're on a pilgrimage, you actually do the opposite. You look for how you can give a gift of yourself to others, how you can sacrifice things, how you can offer them up, as maybe some of our parents or grandparents would say. And taking that stance, you're now looking for other people and how God might be trying to work in your life through these other people from the moment you get up till whatever happens during that day with all its inconveniences and sufferings. and fun and joys and and cheers, but it gives them a different lens to look through for the whole day.
How do we use this experience for these young people? And when I say young people, I think young adults are up. Is it up to 40 as a young adult? Is that true? I think it is. I know. I'm way past it. But I'm not trying to put myself into that category. Just so we're all clear on that. Okay, I'm into the next decade. But Kathy, you and I can hang out. So how do we though make this a time of formation for these young people? So not only are they having a great time, but they're growing in their faith. How do we do that?
World Youth Day, actually, in its design, is set up to reflect the Paschal mystery. So when they start to arrive, think of the parallels to them arriving into the city that's hosting and Jesus coming in to Jerusalem. And from that point on, it literally follows. John Paul II knew what he was doing. As fun as he was, as flexible as he was, he had a plan. And it is a plan of evangelization and catechesis. So they will literally experience everything through catechesis sessions in the morning with different bishops. They'll experience the Good Friday with the Stations of the Cross. The Saturday night is the overnight vigil where they're preparing for what will happen on Sunday morning, which of course is our celebration of the resurrection. The Eucharist with the Holy Father with people from all over the world. It's a beautiful catechesis in its design, and then the more that we can help prime the young people to keep their eyes open for that, they tend to respond very well. And then we do add small group processing each night so that they can not miss any of those steps along the way.
Well, Kathy, Steve, thank you so much, not only for being with us, but helping guide these young people in their journey of faith. I think it's so important, and boy, are they going to have fun.
That's right.
And boy, are you guys going to be tired.
That's right. Pray for us. That's
right. You are in our prayers.